Take a sip.
I like it here.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I think this is a nice location.
I know. I got to thank Melissa Janikowski for having us here at the Buttercup Cafe. Our tours on Wednesday continue as we take the pod on the road.
This one's got nice artwork.
Yeah, it's cute. And it goes along with the aesthetics of my business colors also.
Totally.
So.
And I think just the aesthetics
Black
in
and yellow.
general, it's really cute. I just keep looking around.
Yeah.
And they have apple pie.
Mm-hmm.
I saw in the case. You can buy a whole pie for $22 or a slice for $5.
I forgot what the case's name is.
There's a name for the case?
Oh, yeah. So we did E for All together.
Oh, fun.
I know. And so this is what she thought was going to amplify her business, is to be able to have the case display all of her baked goods.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I don't know whether it was Betsy or Bessie or whatever she had named
right
it.
Away. I went out to grab something out of the car and I came in and I was like, I'm sorry, I see pie.
Well,
so
yeah.
I went out to grab a slice.
You eat with your eyes, and when you put a beautiful glass thing of baked goods by the window, it brings everyone to the yard.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're here in Barnstable Village.
It's like bees to honey.
Yeah, right?
I get it.
She figured the branding.
Guys, it's cute.
It is super cute. So we love our little field trips on Wednesday.
Yep.
Make sure you can give us a suggestion if you think of a place that would be super fun for us to do our show from. As long as we're not annoying and in their traffic and space, let us know. We'll make the request.
And we're willing to get up early.
We are.
Yeah, so we've got a few places on the docket we're kind of excited about, but yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. And I like seeing the happenings. Like I like.
Why? Because we're right across the courthouse?
No, I was going to say in the kitchen. We're across from the kitchen. We're seeing everybody like get the pancakes going, and I love that. But yeah, we're also across from Barnstable Courthouse. So
yeah, the miserable people reporting for jury duty.
Your Wednesday weird news might be local. You never know.
It's not today. Today is a very weird news story, so hang out for it.
All right, should we get into?
Let's get into what's roasting.
Okay, I love that. So Katy Perry sold her music catalog.
This seems to be the trend for musicians at this point.
Yeah.
$225 million. Is that enough for her entire song library?
I was thinking the same thing. I don't think it's enough. She's got 5 albums. I mean, like, I still think like Teenage Dream to me is the most iconic.
Yeah.
And I was impressed that didn't bring in a cool $100 million in itself. But think of her tours, think about her viral moments. I mean, I suppose that's not the value of her music, but when you think about it from like a global branding and rights perspective,
yeah,
I'm shocked it didn't go for more. What it could do in movies moving forward and things like that. I thought 225 was like kind of a steal.
I don't understand why stars do this unless they're like hard up for cash, and I can't see that she would be hard up for cash.
Yeah, but it also goes to say, so she owned the rights to her music originally to sell them, as opposed to a label that sold it. I don't think she got the full 225. She probably owned a portion of it. I mean, that's why you have somebody like Taylor who's re-recording, so she can own the rights to her music, because her music catalog got sold.
Genius.
She didn't own it. I think there's a way more complications to this, but my number one thought is feels cheap.
Yeah.
16 singles just feels cheap to me. Think about like the value of her tour.
It's insane to me that I'm thinking $225 million is not enough money.
That's true.
But with inflation and given the times.
Well, didn't we just have a Powerball? Didn't we just have a lottery, Massachusetts lottery that was like 400 something
million? Eaten up in taxes.
Well, yeah, but what was that? What was the jackpot?
I don't know. I feel like there's a new one.
It was $500 million, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think, and no one in Massachusetts won, did they?
No, I don't think anybody won. I think now it goes to next year.
And if you win in a state like California, it's like 90% taxes.
Well, I also think in Massachusetts it's similar.
Then
you go to the debate. Do you take the lump sum? Do you take it over time? You take the lump sum.
Yeah.
That's the obvious answer.
Katy Perry took the lump sum.
It's
She only has one kid, right, Daisy?
Yeah, it's a cute name.
It is cute.
With Orlando Bloom?
Yeah, so Daisy's got plenty of Birkin bags to come.
Her ex is in trouble. This is not even actually on our stories.
That's so gross.
It's actually not in our stories because I didn't know how to approach it. But yeah.
Well, I made the mistake of posting some sort of Russell meme somewhere, and I was like, and then all the news came out of the day, and I'm like, that is going down.
Yeah.
Yuck, yuck.
Bad, all bad. And more people are coming forward, getting. It seems to me that there's more and more of these allegations coming out about these men, and I don't know if it's just their time of reckoning. And
that's gotta be so embarrassing, though, when you were married to somebody that is now having that situation.
There were circulations of thoughts online, though, that she actually knew, and it was part of her divorce, is that she heard rumblings of this, and it was part of why she separated from him, because there was some quote online that was saying, oh, it's complicated. There are a lot of things to it. There's things that I know, but I can't legally say right now. So I wonder.
I haven't looked ahead to the episode, but do we even talk about the Danny Masterson situation? Bijou Phillips filed for divorce.
Yes. So that is in our. Yep. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks since the sentencing. She really supported him all the way through, too. And I mean, what else do you do in that situation as the wife?
I know.
What did you decide you're not showing up in court?
It's icky, and you can tell that she was really, really affected. Like, she really believed that this was not true.
Yeah.
And at this point, when your husband is found guilty of this and is going to jail for 30 years, you have to come to grips with this is your reality. Now you have to protect yourself, which is even grosser.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years is enough.
I really feel bad because they're the real victim, is the partner in this also.
Yeah. She has to be able to move on, though, and decide what she's going to do with the rest of her life and separate from this.
Yeah.
You know, I think I have no sympathy for him, of course. But when I look at the situation, to have all of that happen at once, like, holy crap, what an emotional situation. You are a bad person. You get nothing from me, but also at the same time, from an emotional standpoint, like, you're going to jail, you're losing your wife, and you have to, like, come to terms with how bad of a person you are all at once.
Yeah.
That's got to be crazy.
Well, and then she's in there in that bubble with him and, like, doesn't know what she doesn't know until now here she is. And it's like, now she's truly alone.
I think she felt that
and a victim.
I think she felt that she owed him something, though, because there were a lot of conversations she was putting out there that he was a lifesaver to her. So there is kind of this complex, and I don't know enough about it because I'm not an expert, but there is this complex of having this.
We're not professionals of
angel figure in a really bad man's life, where he's, like, protecting that one thing, this very, like, goodness, as he continues to go off on his own and be this horrible person. And I think movies fantasize about this really well, but it also can be kind of true in a way. So I'm wondering how that relationship dynamic internally could have been so different than how he actually was in society and to other women.
Ugh. So creepy.
That'll be why she, like, stayed in it. Like, if you feel like you owe somebody and you feel like you are really attached to somebody who did a lot for you, it's hard to reckon with the person they are behind closed doors. Ugh.
Right? Yucky monsters.
You had what you're coming to, yeah. Bijou, you're doing the right thing by separating, for sure.
Sorry, I got off on a tangent of just gross guys.
I know. It seems to be, like, the theme right now.
Gross guys.
Seems to be the theme.
All right, let's talk about not gross guys. Adele's new man.
Well, so it's not a new man. It's the same man.
Right.
Rich Paul? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's a sports agent?
Yes.
Okay. So their relationship has been kind of tumultuous. And I think she's gone pretty quiet about it with the media because media has a tendency to, like, rip her apart with them. But she referred to him as her husband at one of her Vegas shows.
Right.
So now the rumor is, are they married? Did they quietly get married?
That has been the rumor for quite some time. I think 3 months, maybe.
So maybe this is confirmation.
Yeah, little nuggets have been dropping.
She was seen out with a ring somewhere at some award show or something.
I just have to tell you, as someone who's been married for 20 years, that first year of marriage is so hard.
But that might be, maybe that's why she decided to do a residency in Vegas. We talked about this. She's looking for stability. She doesn't need to. She could do a world tour, but she's looking for something more stable where she can still perform and make money, but do it in a way that fits her lifestyle.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. I'm recently married, or I'm thinking about getting married, or I'm trying to have kids. She said she's wanted more kids with Rich.
Yeah.
So maybe this is it. She's at home in Vegas trying to get pregnant and trying to have a life.
Oh,
only
I don't know. That seems like a lot.
35?
Yeah, she's young.
She's got a kid. She wants another. She said she wants one. But yeah, she said, my husband's here tonight. He's here. Well, somebody proposed to her in the audience, and she was like, I can't. I'm married.
Oh. So we're going to have to take that for the word that she's married. Right.
What else? Baby news. Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky. How do you say his name?
Rocky.
ASAP Rocky? I think I ask that question every time we talk about him on the podcast.
Still ASAP Rocky. It's Rihanna's husband. Let's be honest.
I don't mean to be yeah, that's true. Mr. Rihanna is the better way to call him.
Right.
They posted cute little photos of all their little family.
Yeah, I like
really
it.
Cute.
Yeah, it seems very wholesome. She's always been very down to earth. She is a worker. She is a driven woman. It's not often you see her being an idiot in public, whether it's her, whether it's her people, whether it's her team, whether it's her family roots, because she's always kept her family very involved in everything.
Yep.
That I feel like that's one thing that she's always really kept is her privacy.
Yeah.
And she's done it well.
So we haven't really seen photos of this baby. He's 16 months old. His name is Riot Rose.
So cute.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the first. I like it. My only thought process is it would have been better for a girl. Like, I like the name Riot for a girl. And I don't know why. I
like it. Well, she's a trendsetter with all
That's
things.
True. And you make Rose his middle name. I wonder where that. There's a story behind that. I wonder where that came from.
Yeah.
Riot Rose. And then she's got a.
I think the Riot came from they're a fan of wrestling, and there was a wrestling person. Like, no joke.
Somebody.
I couldn't make that up.
Oh no, I have it wrong. Her other baby's 16 months old. The new one's newborn.
Okay.
I have it wrong.
Gotcha.
Apologies.
Well, yeah, it was rapid fire babies there, which was the speculation before the Super Bowl.
Oh,
where her special guest was the
yeah.
baby. Remember?
But if we didn't get it. We didn't understand right away.
It was like Irish twins.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "She just had a baby." I'm like that. I don't know if you know how time works, but
the photos were cute though. He was like in a little blanket, hanging around.
Well,
and it was
she's
like
a queen of fashion. She's very into fashion. She has her own fashion line.
But it was very much so. It read to me like mom's digital camera out in the driveway, and then we decided.
And I'm a billionaire.
And then we decided to post them on Instagram.
I love that though.
I don't know if it came off as it's. There's a fine line between like down to earth and trashy, and I think she like rides that line really well.
Hard.
And this is part of that.
I'm a fan of it. I really am. I think she's awesome.
More relationships ending. Ariana Grande has officially filed for divorce from Dalton Comas.
She's been in our news a lot lately.
Yeah.
I hope she gets it together. She seems like she's just
They jointly filed officially for divorce.
Okay.
But apparently they've been separated since February. And I thought it was interesting that the exact date of separation came out to the media because I think she's trying to do a little bit of recon to like, I wasn't cheating on my husband. Like we've been done, we've been separated. I was filming this movie all winter and spring. I created a connection. I followed through that. Can't speak to that other relationship, but she's clearly trying to like cover her tracks. Like
here we are back to toxic relationships.
Yeah.
We never had a chance to address the Maren Morris conversation.
Yeah, I've been
and we wanted to talk about it earlier this week, and we just didn't get a chance to because there's a lot to unpack there as we're like talking about gross guys and gross relationships. And I feel like since pandemic, a lot of people have, me included, been doing a lot of stock in relationships, and you are the sum of the people that you spend your time with.
Yeah.
And I really understood when she said, I'm going to take a break. I don't think it's just country music in general. I think it's that industry, period, music, arts, at any time where you're selling yourself.
There's such a creative hold on it too, which I think is really hard. And there's such a level of trying to achieve and trying to get to the next thing. And I think once you hit a point, you're trying to continue to do what sells. And I think for Maren Morris, she's such an artist. Mm-hmm. She comes back so deeply to her roots of creativity that I think that part is hard for her. Yeah. And now she's got to support a husband and a family, and she can kind of pivot and focus on what she wants to focus on and really put out music that makes sense to her because she has the success to do it and take the risk.
Yeah. I think Taylor is really setting the bar for people.
For sure.
I mean, with their selling of their music, the way that they're coming at things, I think she really has been a trendsetter for just what is a better way to do things.
I think she's proved that your fans will support you and follow your journey.
Yeah.
Where it goes. And I think you've seen, especially women, adhere to that and enjoy that and capitalize on that and bring people with them. I mean, Kelsey Ballerini is another really great example. She decided really young to divorce from her husband, and he came out and slammed her in a song, and she was like, forget it. I'm going to come out with a whole EP. She put out an album. She put out when her first date was with her new relationship. And instead of it turning into this typical conversation of, I can't believe we're talking about it, airing this dirty laundry or shaming on the women, her fans kind of rallied around her and supported her and asked her to put out another version of her EP with the lyrics that they made up. Like, I think there's such it's
refreshing,
to
see people coming into the light and being their honest, true selves.
Yeah,
where it's not just always glitz and glamour and lipstick and rhinestones.
Gone are the days of the Spice Girls and the Britney Spears, where like you had to adhere to the exact standard and put out the same thing over and over again to continue your success.
Yeah,
people are now allowing change and transformation and adaptability.
Yeah, because look at your Taylor Swift to look at our Britney, our beloved Britney.
Yeah.
And like where they are mental health wise and career wise. I feel like that is just a wide swath of what we're doing here.
I agree. The only other story I thought would be interesting is we're still kind of following the strike stuff as it continues.
A lot of fallout.
Dancing with the Stars has put out their new cast. There's nobody on it that I like.
Well, speaking of Britney, it's her sister, right? Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yes.
And Britney's not pleased about this.
I guess so. I was reading that briefly. I don't know if she's really pleased about anything right now, though, so I didn't really think about
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes, but they decided to put on the show. Again, they came out and said, we only have one writer on our staff. He won't be joining back to us until the strike ends, but we're going to continue. From a personal standpoint, I found it really interesting because and I'm pretty sure, and I don't know this because I wasn't part of it, but like dancers are in a totally different tier of work than I think actors and writers are.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't shock me that I don't know if they're in a union. There might be like a general artists union, or they might be part of SAG, but not under the writing guild. I don't know how it works, but it didn't shock me that it was like, right, like your writers are on strike, but your choreographers are going to totally come back.
Yeah.
I think there's it's a different kind of writing, of course, so it's not the same. But I'm interested to see what kind of crap they get back from the media for putting that show back on. Or if nobody cares, because it's dancing and
right, just let them dance.
It's different.
Yeah, it is compiled different.
So we'll see. All these shows are starting to decide who's going to come back and not. They have to figure out.
Like, we don't need a script. Just get out there and dance. It'll be fine.
We'll see. All right, what do we got for weird news?
All right, so I saw this weird news story and I was absolutely horrified, and now I'm going to have to be careful of what I eat, especially when I'm eating fish.
Fish? Okay, I don't eat a lot of fish anyway.
Mom loses arms and legs after eating fish with flesh-eating bacteria.
Crazy.
A San Jose, so this is this country, mother, is now a quadruple amputee after contracting a bacterial infection that may have come from undercooked fish. I saw this story in the news from tilapia in July. And I was like, first off, that is a fish I will not eat. Because I watched a special on how it's farmed. And I was absolutely disgusted. And I was like,
can I ask a real question, though? How long were you not feeling well before you lost all your limbs? Like, was this like a 24-hour thing where you were throwing up, you didn't feel good, and then you lost your limbs the next day?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. It said it got, obviously it got worse and progressed to the point where she was on a ventilator and then all of a sudden like woke up and was a quadruple amputee.
Is this more of a conversation about like our healthcare system where she had a consistent stomach bug and didn't go get care? And then suddenly lost all of her. Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
her fingers were black. Her feet were black. Her bottom lip was black. She was in complete sepsis. Kidneys were failing.
Just go get checked out. If something doesn't seem right to you, please go get checked out before your kidneys fail and you lose your legs.
This poor woman spent a month in the hospital. She's got a 6-year-old, and now she's like a lump. You're basically a potato.
That's terrible. She will find a way to have a fulfilling life.
There's a GoFundMe for her.
I'm trying to be positive, and I think people of all disabilities have a fulfilling life, and you have to.
Yeah, but all because she ate bad fish.
That's like, not great.
That's not.
Was it like a fish stick? Was it like?
It's tilapia. Sandwich? Once again, not going to be having tilapia. No. This is a major blow to tilapia farmers.
I know. The only thing I really eat is clam chowder, so I'm feeling very safe.
You're fine there. Nothing but fresh stuff around the Cape. We're good.
That's it. Anything else going on this week for you?
This is like the calm before the storm. I'm going to Miami. We have a data conference. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm like boss girl bitching this week, and I've been having 12-hour days, and that's been a lot, but it's been like productive.
Okay.
You know how you have days where you sit there and you're like, what did I do? I was on the internet for 4 hours and I did nothing.
Yeah.
So
that hasn't been
it has not been that for me. I'm kind of like yearning for it because I'm not watching shows or I'm not reading anything and I'm not really into anything other than like really figuring out my business, which has been a lot.
Yeah,
It's been good, all positive growth and whatnot. I'm not complaining by any means or any stretch. I'm having one of the best years of my life. But at the same time, I'm like, who am I?
Yeah.
What do I do with myself?
The productivity feels good.
It does.
Good.
It does.
Well, that's what's important.
A little bit stressful, a little bit overwhelmed, but also not anything unmanageable.
I've had like the encapsulation of like an ADD week, like every.
I hate that.
And it's not me. It happens to be like every time I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do today. Here's my goal for the week. I get thrown like 4 other things. Mm-hmm. So it's been productive.
Yeah.
But nothing has been streamlined. Although I should just assume my life's never going to be streamlined anyway. But
you're in my vortex now. Welcome to the shit show.
Surprises around every corner, constantly.
Seriously. So hang out with us. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The First Shot Morning Show. Another big shout out is a thank you to Buttercup Cafe. Your coffee has been delicious. I will come back for this for sure.
I'm ready for another one and a muffin.
It. We got to go. Oh, pie. All right, we gotta go start our day.
Right, have a good one, everybody.
Bye. First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier,